Hello, hey, my name is Wiktoria Dalach and I'm a senior software engineer with over a decade of experience in tech. Today I would like to share the way you can grow your skill set and basically grow from junior to mid to senior to staff to principal, whatever you want, and it will be useful no matter of your experience. You can watch this video, find it interesting when you have like 3 months of experience, 3 years of experience, 6 years of experience, it doesn't matter. If you want to skip the context and just jump right into the solution, then I will leave the timestamp. But the context of this whole thing is that when I moved to Germany in 2017, I was like well in my career already. Like I had like, I don't know, a couple of years of experience, and I felt good about my skills. And then I joined a company that had much more experienced engineers. And during Ruby chapter meetings, which were those meetings for everyone, every programmer who used Ruby, during those meetings, I would feel stupid. I would feel incompetent. I couldn't really grasp what the other engineers were talking about. And it was very scary. And I felt like, wow, they know everything. Because these guys had like 10, 15 years of experience already. So even with my experience in software engineer, I still was a noob compared to them. And it was not really comfortable for me. And even my manager at the time said, hey, look, Wiktoria, I can see that you're not really contributing in any way to these meetings, to these Ruby chapter meetings. So why don't you? Like, what's the problem? I want you to be more active. And then I told her, I remember that I just don't feel that I have anything to say, anything that they already didn't know, you know? Does it make sense? Have you ever felt like this? I was pretty hopeless, but I wanted to find a solution, right? I wanted to be more active, and so I listened to them. I listened carefully. And I realized that they talk about boring things. Yes, you heard me. Well, they talk about boring things. Very boring things. They go into details, very low level things, obscure. They talk about boring things. When you think about your skill set as a software engineer, there are a few groups of skills that, or categories that can come to your mind. First of all, programming, right? Programming, how fluent you are in the programming language, in the technology you use. Second group would be interpersonal skills, so communication, giving feedback, etc. The third would be like how a team works together. What are your team skills? So maybe it will be like knowledge of the methodology you work in, so Scrum or Agile or whatever. And the fourth are boring skills. And the boring skills are the way to grow as an engineer. What are boring skills? Let me give you an example. Querying logs, usability of error messages, logging the right things, performance of something, optimizing database queries, best testing practices, custom matches for testing, secret management, environmental variable management, refactoring strategies, cron jobs, CI pipelines, workers, API design, namespaces and verbs, how to store dates, regular expressions, feature flags, design patterns, security vulnerabilities, etc. If any of this thing, you are like, oh, wait a minute, this is not boring actually, then this is a potential boring skill for you. The idea is that you look around and something small that interests you, but it's not necessarily connected to programming. But although it can be, but it is a thing that will make your work life easier, maybe your workflow easier, maybe more performant, but it's not necessarily, typing code and developing a new feature. This is a boring skill. Skills are the skills that make the quality of work better, but overall they are not necessary. How do you develop a boring skill? So first of all, you learn about the thing, about a database performance optimization, or as I said, as I listed all the boring things, although that list was not full list. You can have your own boring skills added to this list. And you learn about this thing, you learn about it, you think, oh, how can I implement it into the product, into the engineering team that I work in. You establish an opinion about this thing. You show people, you do an experiment and you see what kind of value people could have out of it. And then you go around and advocate. You maybe write a blog post, share it with your team, share it with your chapter or guild, and basically you become an expert in this thing. This is what basically boring skills are about. They are about becoming an expert with something a little bit obscure. One of my friends, she decided to spend time and learn a lot about Splunk, which is a tool to manage logs, basically. And she got so into it that she was the best in the whole engineering organization when it came to creating querying the logs. And then she discovered how you can schedule reports. And it was such a big thing for us, for the whole engineering organization, because before that we had been, spending hours waiting for those reports to be generated. We had a lot of logs, so this, data analysis lasted long time, took long time, but with her help, with showing how it can be scheduled, it was just, no effort, basically. You put effort once, but then there was no effort, and I would get, those reports every now and then, every month on my email, which was perfect. Another friend, Marina, I know that you're watching, and thank you for watching, and hi. Marina saw that we use this tool called Sentry. Sentry was, a tool to basically manage the error messages that come. And we, in the Ruby chapter, we had hundreds of thousands of those error messages coming every day, every month, and it was just it was completely unusable, because it was so many of them. There was so many of them that it was uncomprehendable in any way. So she went in. She said, no, we need to change it. And every quarter, she led a meeting called something like Sentry Refinement, and we would go through all of the types of errors, and we would fix them, or we would dismiss them. We would do something about it. And thanks to her effort and leadership on that, we were able to decrease the number of those errors from thousands to a couple of hundreds over the month. So it was such an improvement, and we finally were using this tool the way it was designed to, because we were like, oh, something pops up in Sentry, it means that it's important. So kudos to you, Marina. And this is an example of a boring skill that you develop, and you don't only develop an expertise in the tool, but also like leadership skills, communication skills. When I was transitioning from software engineering to security engineering, I discovered this piece of security theory called the CIA triad, and I use this small thing to advocate and to bring security closer to developers, and so the security and the CIA triad became a part of development system, and a big part of shifting security left at that company. So yeah, now I'm basically speaking and giving conference talks about that. Another example of a boring skill and how you can just grow many other skills out of this one thing. So yeah, the point is to develop one boring skill, and boring skills attract each other, and when you develop one, then you will find another one and find another one, and soon you will become an expert in one thing, two things, three things, and you will grow as a developer. This is how you can grow as an engineer, grow as a tech lead. So yeah, let me know if this resonates with you, if it's useful. I definitely wish I had known about those boring skills earlier. Remember to like it, share it, and subscribe, and send it to someone who can find it useful. Okay, bye!